look for the challenge of playing the Bills. Good football team, as we know. Sean does a great job, as does coaches, and they've got good players. So we've got to have a good week of preparation there. With that, time's yours.
Andy, in the previous game against Houston, DeAndre, Hopkins, Schuster, Hollywood combined for no catches. Is that just something along the game, how you could try to get more ball in this game against Buffalo?
Yeah, that's the way it worked out. I mean, we want to use all of them, so they're all good players. There was just one ball, so it happened to go the other direction, but it's not for any reason that it didn't come their way. But they're all part of it. Yeah.
Andy, what's the challenge been like this year with all the injuries and different people coming in and out? To each week, try to get that plan that works. Has this been different than any other years in the past in that regard?
The last few weeks have been great. Just everybody's been up and ready to go, so hasn't been a problem that way. You know, they're all getting in and having a chance to play. It's just, as far as the pass game goes, it just depends on where the ball's headed. You know, but we have full trust in all of them. They're all really good players. So.
Andy, you talked the other day about doing better defensively on third down against the Bills than you did last time around. What are the challenges of doing that successfully against this particular opponent and this particular opposing quarterback?
Yeah, they do a good job offensively on third down, likewise on defense. But their third down offense is, first of all, their offense is very good, just in general. So it's not just third downs, but it's a big challenge. You got the flexibility of the quarterback being able to throw and run. You've got good receivers. You know, they're a powerful, strong offense.
What the Bills have forced 36 takeaways this year. How well do they marry their coverage with their pressure to produce?
Yeah, they do a great job with that. You know, they're one of the top teams in the league at that year after year. Sean does a nice job with that. You know, I mean, he's got a great background with all that stuff, so he does a heck of a job. As Bobby, you know, does.
Xavier brought that ball in down the left sideline. I know that had been a thing for him earlier in the year. Generally speaking, just how have you seen him elevate to almost like a second-year player as his
Yeah, he's gotten better every week. You know, he's more familiar. Pat's more familiar with him. He's more familiar with the offense and what Pat expects from him. You know, Connor's done a nice job of spending time with him to make sure he's got all the different looks. So it's I mean, the main thing is he's wired the way where he wants to be good, and that's a big part of it. He wants to know. He doesn't let his ego get in the way or any of that. And he's got good teachers in there. I mean, you're in a room with 8 and 9 and 84. I mean, those guys have all played a lot of football, and they're willing to share. And so it's you know, that's a heck of a room to be in.
Coach, everything gets bigger the week of the conference title games. I'm just curious, what's the biggest advantage of having so many of your guys who have played on this stage?
Yeah, listen, it normally doesn't hurt, for sure. I don't know how you weigh out the advantage of it. But I feel like we play these guys all the time, so they know us, we know them. But I'm glad, to answer your question, I'm glad we have all those guys, and you'll need all of them. So.
Andy, you face guys you've worked with many times and even Sean many times. Does it even register with you at this point going into a game about that past?
No, other than you kind of look at the tape. So he's looking at our games and against them, and we're looking at our games against them. So you see all of that. You kind of get an idea that we've played each other quite a little bit. And yeah.
And do you feel like, is there any game within the game, cat and mouse, not that anybody would state what advantage there would be either way, but I mean, does Sean knowing you a certain way and you knowing Sean a certain way?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Yeah, that just, yeah. I mean, you're going to always give each other a different look. I don't want to slight Bobby either. He does a heck of a job with it too. So that as Matt does and Spag. So the coordinators are the ones putting things together and making it go, and then Sean and I get to stand and watch there. So.
Coach, today's the final day of elective practice with him for Nicole. Is any decision on whether he's going to be able to go this year?
Yeah, we'll probably put him back on IR there. Yeah.
Coach, can you talk about the benefit of having a running back like Kareem Hunt in this short yardage situation?
Yeah. Listen, he's a good player. I don't want to just narrow him down to the short yardage part, but to answer your question, I think he does a heck of a job with it. He's got a knack for that. He's a big kid and strong. So, I mean, I appreciate his willingness to get in there and go on that stuff. And they're normally real small cracks that he's working through. So sometimes you see him go through sideways, and that, well, that's not a lot of guys can do that with power like he does.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Patrick, how would you describe this, kind of this recent series with the Bills? You get them in the playoffs, they get you in the regular season. You play them twice a year, it seems like, almost all the time. How would you describe the intensity of the Bills' team?
Yeah, I think it's just two really good football teams going up against each other. They have great players at every level on both sides of the ball, and they're well coached. And so when you play great football teams like that, it kind of usually ends with kind of that split type of deal there. And so we've been able to beat them in the playoffs, and they've gotten us in the regular season. But if you look at the games, every game's close. So it just comes down to a play here or there that kind of usually it makes an impact on the outcome.
How much do you appreciate like the chess match between you guys since you played them so many times and so many important levels, just back and forth, the different defensive calls and everything that goes with it?
Yeah, I think when you look at the great rivalries of the NFL, it comes with this. It comes with playing at each other every year in the regular season. It comes with playing in the playoffs, and you have to combat. You have to look at your weaknesses and try to make those strengths, and then your strengths make them even better because you know that they're going to go out there and try to take away those things. And so it's a great football team. Like I said, great players, well coached, and we know it's going to take our best in order to find a way to get a win.
Patrick, you don't play against Josh directly, obviously, but what is that sort of matchup with quarterback of his caliber do in your own mind as you're preparing for the game?
I think you just have to know you're going to have to play your best football. I mean, I've played against Josh enough times to know that he's going to come out there and play great football, especially in those big moments. And so for me, I have to play my best football whenever I get the opportunity to and try to put our team in the best position to succeed. And if that's limiting turnover, if that's changing the field position, whatever that is, you have to find a way that day to win. And when you go up against a great quarterback, it takes your best as well.
Understanding you guys won the game, which is all that matters, with Hollywood and DeAndre, I know they had the 3 targets. What did you see in film that maybe led to more of a Travis-centric, Xavier-centric type of effort on that?
Yeah, I think I said that to the game a little bit. I think just I mean, there was attention paid to them, and they made sure to put a shell over the top of those guys, and that allowed the middle of the field to be open for Travis. And so that's kind of how you have to do in this league is whenever certain matchups are working for you, you go to those, and then you still want to have that option though. And I think we'll try to be better this week of giving them more and more opportunities downfield. But I think even in the one where we didn't complete it, the one down the field, it kind of scared them out of. I mean, the next play, Travis hits one over the middle and makes a big play happen. So that's kind of the versatility of the offense and just finding that day and what's working best.
Patrick, you've talked in the past, it seems like every year at the end of camp, you say, hey, I'm glad I don't have to go against Spagnuolo's defense.
Mm-hmm.
What leads you to say that? What is it about his defenses that are so different?
Yeah, I mean, you see it when we play. It's just everything looks so similar, but then he has so many different variety of coverages and blitzes and different things that he can do. And so you can never get a feel for what he's going to call because he'll just throw in random coverages and stuff like that every single series, it seems like. And it's hard to prepare for. It's hard to go up against. And like I said, I'm glad I don't have to do it during the regular season, but it prepares me for the season because I have to kind of the mastermind that I go up against all training camp.
Patrick, with so many of these games being close, what do you think is the X factor of being able to host the AFC Championship at home, whether it's routine, crowd noise, what have you?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I mean, Arrowhead's just a special place. I mean, you get a feeling when you step in the stadium, and you know the history and the greatness that has been played at this football stadium, and I think that kind of feeds the football team. And then the crowd is great at being quiet when we're on offense, being extremely loud whenever our defense is out there, and you feel that passion that the fans have. It's true, it's real, and they want us to go out there and be the best that we can possibly be, and so we want to go out there and put up our best fight every single time we're on that field.
Patrick, your last interception was against the Bills. You had 2 in that game, and then you got a streak 8 without an interception. Was there anything coming out of that game that just gave you, was a learning point for you, and kind of an inflection point? And what's kind of been the key to this streak?
I just kind of continue to play football. I mean, if you look at the beginning of the year, I mean, I had some interceptions, and so I just had to try to clean those up as best I can. But I'm going to still take chances. I'm going to give guys chances to make plays, and guys have been making plays. And so in that game, the early interception I felt like hurt the team just with the momentum of the game, especially being at their home stadium. But the guy was open. I just got to set my feet and make the throw. And then the last one is I'm going to go down fighting at the end of every game. And I was trying to make a throw on a 4th down play, and guy made a great play. And so I just go out there and play. I don't worry about that stuff. I try to just put our team in the best position to succeed. And if that's taking a chance and giving a guy a chance to make a play, I'll do that. And if that's taking care of the football and letting our defense go out there and get a stop to put us in a better position, I'll do that.
We talked about Xavier a lot this year, and at this point, it seems like he almost has like that Travis level of trust. What do you think has been the key as the years gone on, just developing that with him?
Yeah, I think just repetition and then seeing how he works every single day. He's a guy that works extremely hard, practices extremely hard, and the more and more chances and opportunities I've given him, he's kind of taken them and ran with them. And just like the one on the sideline early in the game, just putting the ball up there, one-on-one matchup, letting him make a play. And so I'm excited for how he's progressed throughout this season, and hopefully we can progress for a few more games, and then that'll be a taking off point going into next year.
Patrick, can you go through the differences you take into account when it comes to scrambling during the regular season versus the heightens and the importance of finding the right time to do it in the postseason?
Yeah, I think just you just know that in the regular season, I don't want to say you're like trying not to get injured, but you're trying to protect yourself knowing that it's a long season. Whereas when you're in the playoffs, you might take a few more chances here and there to try to get those first downs.
As you look back through the year, as far as fair whistle, not as you look back through the year, as far as fair whistle, not a fair whistle, I mean, does it feel to you like you've gotten protection or anything like that from officials that's not around the rest of the quarterbacks in the league?
I don't feel that way. I mean, I just try to play football at the end of the day. The referees are doing their best to call the game as fair and as proper as they possibly can, and all you can do is go out there and play the game that you love as hard as you can and live with the results. And so for me, it's to go out there, play hard, try to do whatever I can to win the football game, and then live with the results based off my effort and the way that we played the game. And so I think that's what we preach here in Kansas City.
Does it feel any different for you as a veteran now? Do you eventually earn the benefit of the doubt at some point in your career, or has it been the same the whole time?
I haven't felt any different. You get new referees every year. You get new circumstances, and you never can really tell because every play is different. That's what makes the NFL so special. And so I feel like I've just continued to play the game, and I just try to win. And whatever happens, kind of happens.
Patrick, you know Travis so well by now. I wonder if you learned anything new about him this season, as the way the season unfurled?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I think I've always known how great of a leader he is. I preach it every year, and the way that he works every single day, and it makes my job easier as another leader on the team. And so I knew he was going to do what he did in the playoffs because every time the moment gets bigger, he plays better, and he'll do whatever it takes to win. And that's the type of guys you want on your football team, and I'm glad he's on mine.
I don't think there's any real reason to think that he's going to retire after this year, but I suppose people are thinking about it and talking about it. Have you pondered that possibility, or any thoughts about that?
I haven't. I mean, that's stuff that I think you worry about in the off season. But regardless, I just appreciate every time I'm on the football field with him. And that started whenever I first got here. I mean, I knew how blessed I was to have that guy on my team. And so every opportunity I get to step on that football field, I appreciate it. And hopefully that's a lot more years, but I'll appreciate every time I do.
Last one right here.
Patrick, you faced Von Miller since he came to the league at age 35. What kind of issues does he still present?
Yeah, he's still just an extreme playmaker. He's a effective pass rusher. He knows how to get to the football, and it seems like he knows how to make plays in the biggest moments. He's one of those guys, and so someone you have to account for on every single snap. Just like last week, he makes a big play. It seems like he makes a big play. I mean, that's why he was a Super Bowl MVP. And so they have a really good defense just in general, but he's definitely a leader on that team.
All right, go for DeAndre.
DeAndre, your AFC Championship experience, just what's your mentality going into this game and what you've learned from these guys about these AFC Championship games that makes this so special to them and so important to what you're about to face?
You know, just play by play. You know, I realize playoffs, you know, you can want to look ahead, but you got to take it play by play and take every play, you know, like it's your last.
DeAndre, what's it been like working with Travis Kelce?
It's been amazing. He's the best tight end I've ever played with, one of the best players I've ever played with. You know, it's motivating to see how he goes about practice, not just on game days, but his preparation.
You see a different gear in that in the postseason from even in practice habits?
No, he's pretty consistent. I think that's what makes him great. You know, he's even keel, and you know he knows who he is.
DeAndre, your third time playing the Bills this year. When you look at those games, is there any carryover that you can look at their defense and see what they might do?
Well, this year I'm 0-2 against those guys, so hopefully I can go out and get a win. You know, they beat me when I was in Tennessee, and they beat me when I came here. So, you know, I got some familiarity with them and, you know, played them previous years as well. They're a good defense, good team. We just got to go out and execute.
What have you learned about the preparation with Patrick Mahomes, just the offense as a unit as you go into the postseason?
You know, everything he does is intentional. Walk through, you know, everything about him, and I think it's contagious that you know everyone sees that as well.
DeAndre, just considering some of the low snap usage, just confirming, do you feel 100%, or you feel like you're good to go for the duration?
Yeah, I feel good.
DeAndre, you've talked about how much the support of your mother means to you over the course of your career. Just having her along for the ride as you head into this playoff run, how much does that mean to you?
You know, obviously having your mom there is great, you know, but it's not just my mom, it's my little sister, it's, you know, my aunt, it's everyone, you know, who's helped me along this way and encouraged me, you know, to kind of keep going and always keep my head up. You know, I've been in some tough places and they were there supporting me as well, but, you know, it's good always when you can have your mom there.
DeAndre, a minute ago you said everything that Pat does is intentional. Can you elaborate on that, what you meant by that, and what moves you?
I mean, his preparation is intentional, man. You know, you got to ask Pat that question. You know, I'm just, you know, on the outside looking in, and you know, I see how he goes about everything, and you know, it's very intentional and detailed.
DeAndre, I just wonder, you know, as far you are in your career, how much have you visualized, dreamed about what it could be to reach the Super Bowl and how close it feels, maybe now more than ever before?
Childhood dream. You know, I played Madden growing up. I always, you know, tried to get to that Super Bowl game. So as a kid, that's a lifelong goal. And you know, I don't like looking ahead. So you know, got to go out and practice today and you know, be perfect. It's the preparation that I enjoy about it. You know, more so than anything.
Couple more. Last one, anyone?
Well, just a chance to take on the Bills, and you know, it's such a big game. What's it just going to be like to step out and play an AFC Championship in one of the NFL's best rivalries right now?
You know, I think last week was pretty fun, especially atmosphere. You know, but I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, Arrowhead this coming Sunday.
Thanks, DeAndre.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Fred.
stuff. How would you encapsulate what it's been like to get to this point?
I'll say it's been a phenomenal comeback for me, and just pleased and thankful for the training staff and everybody that's been a part of this journey. And for me, just been great.
How would you assess how you played so far after coming back?
Yes, you know, whatever opportunity you get, I'm willing to do my job as high as I can, and just great to be out there with the guys flying around and getting that momentum going again.
This team has played the AFC Championship on the road, and now you guys are going to be home. What do you think is the biggest advantage to being home, whether it's routine, crowd, what have you?
Eliminating distractions. I think that's the biggest advantage for us that we have to take advantage of. Got a lot of family coming in, so that could be a problem. But if you eliminate those distractions, we'll be better off in the situation we're in.
Is it a different experience for you? I mean, you were carrying the ball quite a lot before, and now not as many carries. Do you find yourself, is it difficult to get into a rhythm with given the amount of carries that you're getting now?
Nah, just being patient, not trying to hit a home run every play, just letting God do his work, and we winning. Can't wait for us to get out there and execute.
How's it been working with Kareem Hunt? What have you kind of learned from him, a veteran guy?
It's been fun working with him. We're doing a great job building off each other, keep getting the ball flowing, getting down the field, keeping the drives going. We're making the plays.
Isiah, what's been the most challenging part of having to pause, rehab, and then try to get back into football shape you feel like you need to be in?
What's been challenging? Life is always challenging. I'll say getting up every morning, going to work. It's the mindset. If you're gonna fight it, you're gonna keep going. Mental toughness. That's what it's all about. Eliminate distractions and being able to win the downs.
It seems that there's not a lot of selfishness on this team. You mentioned, Kareem gets the ball, you get the ball. Last week, DeAndre and Hollywood didn't get any catches. Everyone's happy about this. How does that culture get built? Where does that come from?
It's a football team. It's not about I. It's going to take all of us to get the job done, and whoever number's caught, make the play, get up, celebrate with them. It's a team, and we're all out there. At the end of the day, we're going to get that trophy together.
When you've had as many changes as you've had in the offensive line in front of you, what's the kind of challenge of knowing how each guy kind of blocks their tendencies and kind of adjusting what you do?
Figuring it out, finding a way, coming to work every day, hitting it hard, going to work at practice, not taking any days off. So when it comes to the game, it's flowing perfectly together, just making things happen.
Couple more. Thanks, Isiah.
What's up, guys? Here we are again.
Fire away for Justin.
Justin, just the chess match with Buffalo, you played it so many times now, and the team's played it so many times. What do you appreciate just about going up against these guys, how unique it is every time you
Yeah, it feels like a divisional game. I mean, we know them really well. They know us really well. In the off season, both of us are preparing for each other because we know we're going to come against each other probably twice, like it feels like every year. But it's one of the best matches to play because that's such a talented football team. They have so much firepower. Joe Brady's done an awesome job with Josh Allen, that offense, having them fired up, and their defense is playing amazing too. So always a tough challenge, but one that we're excited for week in and week out. And it'll be another storybook show for all the viewers watching on TV.
So from the lens of a safety position, just what goes into having to be aware that this could be a pass, but 1 second Allen could take off and go for the first down?
Yeah, they do such a great job with their motions. I mean, you have guys motioning all over the place. You have tight ends in the backfield, wide receivers in the backfield, running backs at wide receiver. I mean, it's almost like a positionless offense where they have guys all over the place. And when you get that having proper eye discipline and eye control and knowing where your eyes are supposed to be and ignoring the trash, the things that's supposed to catch your eyes and maybe get you to take a bad step or get a bad read or whatever. If you have proper eyes, that helps eliminate all of that and allows you to continue to play fast.
Just Josh himself, what is it about the skill set that seems to be maybe not unique, but certainly distinct?
Yeah, I mean, the guy's like built in a factory, man. I mean, he's 6'5", big, can run the ball well, has a cannon for an arm, launches it 60 yards downfield when he needs to. And then the most special part about him is his ability to create, because there'll be plays where, you know, all of his targets are taken away and he'll just spin something up and, you know, use his legs to go and make something special or scramble, buy enough time to find a guy running down the sideline or something like that. So it is a challenge. On the backfield, it's about plastering, make sure you stay with your guy. Up front, it's about continuing to pass rush and having the win to be able to chase after him for 60 minutes. But talented player, super talented, has been playing at an MVP level.
How many quarterbacks have you tried to tackle at sort of that size and strength? I mean, I assume he's a little
Yeah, he's in a category of his own for sure. I mean, his combination of characteristics, one of the only guys like that.
Justin, a lot of the blitzes that Steve comes up with are pretty creative, as you know. You ever wonder, when he puts one in, you ever wonder, like, how did he come up with this one?
Yeah, I mean, him and Coach Reid, I mean, both of those guys don't mind going 40 years into the playbook. You might, I don't know if they watch NFL Network and see, you know, like the 2006 rewinds of whatever game, and it's like, hey, that looked like a pretty good pass rush. I bet we can put that in or something, you know what I mean? But it's fun. He actually listens to some of us, too. Like, I asked to put in a pressure one time off of what I saw in the college game, and we put it in the next week, and we ran it at some point in the season. So it's fun and it's creative. It keeps things interesting, and try and keep those other guys across from us on their toes.
Did you guys get to the quarterback on that one?
We got a pressure. Didn't get a sack on it, but we got a pressure.
What college game was that?
Hard to remember. Yeah.
Justin, as you kind of look back to your career, could you put into words what it meant for you to make the decision to come to Kansas City and what the last 3 seasons have been like?
Yeah, man, it's been awesome, bro. Like my first couple years in the league was just so much turnover and turmoil, just from 3 different head coaches, 3 different defensive coordinators. By the time I was entering my 3rd year, I was the last guy on the roster from when I was drafted, aside from Kareem and John Weeks. So, like, the turnover was just insane, and to come to a place with stability where you get to build on what you did last year, continue to improve, learn a system, and stick with that system. I think that's allowed me to shine a little bit and help, you know, bridge the young guys, too, and share them with my experience that I had about how special a place like this is, because it's not like this everywhere. Our young guys don't even know what not making the AFC Championship game is, you know. And that's not normal at all. I think that they know that, but still, as one of the few guys that has been in a seat where you didn't make that position before, it's just a truly special experience. And this top to bottom, organization, the city, Kansas City has been an awesome city just overall. My neighbors are great. It's been humbling, and I love it.
Hey, Reid, it's been. Last couple, building off that, what difference does it make to have so many guys in that locker room be on this stage before, if not having played in the AFC Championship, but like multiple AFC Championships?
Yeah, experience definitely does help because we know the magnitude of the moment. And I think that what gives us an edge is being able to handle pressure, right? Because these are the most high-pressure, high-intense situations that most people feel in their lives, just the gravity of the situation in the game. And we've been very, very fortunate to be to a couple of these, and just being able to handle that when something goes wrong, not to fall apart, not to let one mistake turn into 2 mistakes, turn into 5 mistakes, but just be ready for that. But that doesn't come with any type of complacency or thinking that it'll just be comfortable or given to us. We know that we're going to have to scratch, bite, and claw for every inch to be able to go out and do what we need to do to win this game, and just having the right mentality to do that.
A lot of talk has been made about how the Chiefs' offense hasn't turned the ball over in a long time. But in concert with that, you guys have gotten turnovers on defense in that same time frame. Why was there kind of that little switch in the middle of the season? Now, you always try to get turnovers. Why was it happening?
Yeah, some parts of the season are harder than other parts. You know, sports, you know, there's a saying in football, when you get a pick, it comes in bunches. Or I think that just the fine-tuning of throughout the season, having some guys get injured, some guys come back, but being able to be healthy these last couple of weeks, I think, has helped out tremendously. And speaking on the defensive side of the ball, it's just we've reached that part of the season now where guys that weren't here before, we have the chemistry of a total unit, and we execute Spag's game plan at a high level. And when you do that and you do it with violence and intensity and passion, good things tend to happen. So there's been an emphasis on finding the ball. There's been an emphasis on keeping the ball on offense, and guys have been executing, and we just got to continue to do that.
Justin, after that collision on Saturday, how were you feeling Sunday morning, and how are you feeling now? You ready to go?
Yeah, it was a busy weekend for me. I got to have my baby girl, which is probably the highlight, even better than the divisional win. But when I got to go over to the birth center and saw her born, I didn't feel anything except love and just so much happiness holding her.
What's her name?
CL.
Special moment, congratulations. But Jalen Watson's return just to this defense, how much did that guys help you out with everything you did out there? Just the return of Jalen and now Charles, because they didn't play in the Buffalo game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of cats that didn't play the first game on both sides of the ball that are playing this game that's going to make a difference. Jalen, Charles. Again, like, go back to 2 years ago, the Super Bowl between Kansas City and the Philadelphia Eagles. Those were the two healthiest rosters in the playoffs, right? So the health of the football team is extremely important, especially in the playoffs. And having this window to get guys back healthy, having guys return so that we can have, our best guns out on the field is going to be something that's going to help us. So huge to have those guys back. They'll make an impact to help us win.
Last one, Steve.
Reid, it's the saying that you guys come up with is in Spags we trust. You even got shirts, made up. Have you ever had a coach, been significant as Spags?
I've ever had a coach what?
That has been as significant as Spags has.
Oh, I mean, no, Coach Spags is 101, man. I mean, like I said, he might be the first coordinator to be in the Hall of Fame, just the way that he's been able, everywhere he's been successful. And he's a guy that everyone wants to play hard for. He cares so much about his guys, but he's also mobile enough to adjust the things he's doing to put guys in spots to make plays. Like, he tries to highlight guys' strengths. He doesn't just try and fit guys into puzzle pieces. And it's been awesome playing for him.
Thanks, Justin.
Yep.
Kareem, I know we've asked you a bunch of times about being back here and being a part of this. Is it just getting bigger every week? Now it's AFC Championship game week.
Yeah, I would say so. It's only 4 teams left, and every game matter.
Now that you've had time to reflect on it a little bit, Kareem, what was your favorite moment from Saturday's game?
Definitely, winning. That was my favorite thing. That's the only thing, I want to do, and it was a good team win.
What did that touchdown, getting that interim head of the playoff game mean to you?
It meant a lot. It's definitely like I say all the time, it was a dream come true. It's getting a score touchdown in a big time playoff game. I'll be able to live with that forever.
What have you learned about just the combination of you and Isiah Pacheco throughout the course of the time he's been back with the team, and just how you guys have been splitting the carries and just encouraging each other?
I learned that, we both got our own styles. We both, love the game of football and hard runners.
Kareem, I don't know if it's just me watching with the Bills play at certain times or whatever, but they seem to be one of the teams that is big at trying to punch the ball out. It's not, I don't think every team does it kind of the same way. Are they a team with that rep, and what do you have to be aware of in a game when that's the way they go about it?
Well, yeah, they're definitely a good team at, causing turnovers, and, they definitely look for, running backs carrying it loose and stuff. And you just got to have 2 hands on contact and, make sure you squeeze it.
Kareem, I think on that 4th and short you had, I think that was out of the pistol. Obviously, you guys ran a lot of formations, but what's the difficulties in running out of different formations, especially like pistol and shotgun when you're further from the line of scrimmage in short yardage situations?
You got more ground to carry to get to first. It's a lot. You just gotta, be patient because, people are trying to shoot to get you in the backfield before you get going.
get that from, and how have you practiced that just to come to fruition on game day?
It's just, I want to keep the drive alive, and you got to be able to get those tough yards in that situation. And me being able to just find a way and squeeze through somewhere or, carry a guy for a few yards and just all about will. Yep.
Nick, Jalen and Charles did play in that first Buffalo game, but how much do you see the impact, even though for Jalen's just been one game, how much do you see the impact of those guys returning back to the team that helped you out defensively?
Yeah, man. When Charles came back, man, you obviously see our rushes started heating up a little bit. Started moving some guys around, and obviously understand he adds some versatility to our rush. He lines up inside, outside, over the center, over the guard, and kind of lets Chris kind of move around a little bit too. So definitely having him back definitely helps a lot. We got Jalen coming back. Obviously, lost some depth in the corner room. We started putting him in a little bit, kind of see how this week goes, how it progresses, and yeah, trying to get him in as much as we can. He's physical up front. At the line of scrimmage, and able to put hands on. We route guys and use the speed, so we're definitely happy to have both of those guys back for this run.
Nick, what do you see when you study Josh Allen, just when you try to assess what he's capable of doing and hard he is to tackle?
Yeah, man, he's uber talented. You can see that on the tape. As soon as you cut it on, he has a great arm, able to move around in the pocket, extend plays, use his legs in the run game, especially more as the playoffs progress. They kind of use his legs a little bit more. Presents a lot of different challenges for us, man. It's going to be all 11 hands on deck. We're going to need everybody. It's going to be a great challenge for us.
What do you remember about that last play, the 4th and 2 in Buffalo, and what he was able to do there? Is that a talking point this week in some ways?
He was able to scramble out. We had good coverage in the back end. He just happened to find a rush lane, found a hole in one of our rush lanes, and got vertical. We got to knock the ball down, give us a chance to play another down. Other than that, though, man, he made some plays. We made some plays. I was going to make more plays than them this week.
As a run stopper, just how tough is it knowing Allen can do some of those QB designs, and then you also have to worry about James Cook and everything else?
Yeah, you got to have your eyes right. Not just linebacker-wise, overhang guys, edges, safeties, all those guys. You got to have your eyes in the right places. They do a great job of moving guys pre-snap, wide receivers, tight ends, putting different people in the backfield, all that stuff to mess with your eyes, man. So you got to make sure your eyes are in the right places, make sure you look at the right stuff, and ultimately it's going to take all 11 guys doing their job to bring them down.
These guys have changed a lot of personnel the past couple of years as well. I guess, are you surprised that they were able to kind of work in new folks and make it back to this spot for the Bills when they kind of redid everything on offense?
Quite honestly, not for me. They got a great offensive coordinator, head coach, front office guys. They did a great job of filling their holes and filling their needs as the season started. And then they came and got some guys in before the deadline. So they did a great job of constructing their roster to be able to succeed. And they learned a lot on the running backs, man, the quarterback's legs. He's doing a great job with it. Not turning the ball over. That's probably been really huge for them. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're the best since 2012, I think, in turnover margin or something like that. So that's definitely helped them a lot as well.
You played in this game every year of your career. The first one was the loss against Cincinnati. What do you remember about that game and any lessons that you still take from it?
Yeah, man, I think going into halftime, we kind of just had a couple bad plays and kind of trickled into the third half. The second half and into the third quarter, especially. We kind of just couldn't stop the momentum after that point. So this is going to be a focus of playing all 4 quarters, attention to detail, no lulls, especially going the end of the second, start of the third. We need those momentum, especially at home. Keep our crowd into it.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep, thank you.